I remember September 11th. It happened quite a while ago, but I do remember it. I remember the whole school went crazy. I mean, at the start, it how am I describing it? So it was sort of like a wave. It came like slowly at the start, and then, you know. Thankfully, I was in Israel at the time, not in the U.S., so we didn't get as much full-fledged panic as there was in the U.S. at the time. I do remember the first I heard of it. This little kid from one of the lower grades. This was when I was back in elementary school. This little kid from one of the lower grades comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you know the Empire State Building?" I think that was what he said. I don't think they even knew if it was the Twin Towers yet. So I was like, "Yeah, that tall building in the United States." Well, 2 planes crashed into it, and it fell down. And I was like, "You're hilarious, dude. That's very freaking funny." And he was like, "No, really." And anyway, I dismissed him until, of course, we got to class, and instead of learning English, we all were crouched around this one kid who was the only one who had a radio. He was listening to it with his earphones, and he was like transferring the information to us and the teacher, who was my dad, by the way. He was an English teacher. That's awesome. So I was like, whoa, 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 and everybody was like really freaking out, and all the teachers and stuff. We didn't have a TV at the school, so all the teachers and stuff rushed to their cars and got home to watch it on TV. Those who didn't have TV at home rushed to bars or whatever to watch it there. And I remember way back then how everybody, Americans, Israelis, whatever, everybody in the world was like, "Yeah, George, good old Georgie Bush, go ahead and get those guys, go get them, Everybody was behind George Bush. And it was crazy. It was the first thing that really shook up everybody. Like, I mean, even this Virginia thingy, I don't want to dismiss it as something trivial, but still, it's not generating half the news that, half the panic, half the news that September 11th drew. So anyways, remember how everybody was behind George Bush? And since then, it's been a down. And since, if you look at how everybody, all the American people were behind George Bush then, and how they're all against him now, I think that's a testimony of how he is as a president. Not very good. I'm from Israel. I'm from a different country. I'm not even from American soil. So I'm not from the USA. I'm not even from American soil. So I don't usually like to talk about other countries and criticize their politics or something. So maybe Iran. But if you can get that huge switch over from everybody being behind him to everybody being in front of him and cursing and yelling at him, I think that's a testimony that you guys need a new president.